The OPPO Find X series is now in its third generation. The first Find X generation shocked the world with its stunning beauty, while the second generation convinced us with its powerful hardware. So what surprises does the third generation of the Find X lineup bring us this year? Let's find out. I'm Kieran from Gizmochina, and let's begin. OPPO's CMF, color, material, and finish, has always been excellent, but we've also believed it could get better and better. When we first saw the renders of the Find X3 Pro, we were surprised. The protruding camera looked like a bulging battery, and the camera arrangement looked like a mirror reflection of the iPhone 12 Pro. It didn't have the unique OPPO look from its earlier days. But once we got our hands on the real thing, our impressions of the phone changed immediately. It has a smaller lens bulge, and the real one looks much better than the renders. There are no sharp edges as the overall camera housing is round and refined. It's comfortable to touch because of its curved design. It's also very easy to clean the dust around the lens. The black color we got is still very cool though, but do note that it's a fingerprint magnet, so don't go for the gloss black version. The fingerprint smudges do make it look a bit shabby, but it may not be as bad as you think. If you can, we recommend first to get your hands on this color and maybe you won't hate it so much. OPPO's new flagship, the Find X3 Pro, has to compromise in a couple of areas to accommodate its light 193 gram body weight. Performance and heat dissipation are its weak points, and Antutu after the update can score up to 806,317. In 3D Mark, it scores around 5,680. Geekbench 5 gets a single core of 900, while in multi-core it gets 3,305. From the benchmarks, Find X3 Pro looks like it will have no problems in performance as compared to normal flagships. For mainstream games, OPPO's performance scheduling strategy is very smart. Let's look at PUBG and Genshin Impact. OPPO knows that the Find X3 Pro's cooling system is not enough to support its full output in the game, so it can run at full frame rate only for a few minutes. Then the maximum frame rates are limited to 80 FPS and 50 FPS respectively for the two games. This ensures a good gaming experience without overheating. For games without targeted optimization, such as Bright Ridge, the actual performance is revealed in its original form. The average frame rate is only 41 FPS, and a look at the GPU clock graph shows us that the full output only lasted for 2 minutes. But the gaming temperature is always between 45 degrees Celsius and 48 degrees Celsius though. It seems that OPPO's understanding of the gaming experience is that temperature control is more important than the game's frame rate. The main highlight of the Find X3 series this time is the 10-bit full path color engine. What does it mean exactly? Simply put, it means from shooting to storing to viewing, it's all about recording or viewing a billion colors. This means that the colors you record or see are better layered and the color transitions are more natural. So let's start with shooting. This time, the Find X3 Pro uses two IMX766 sensors as the main camera and the ultra-wide camera. There's also a 60x microscope lens and a 2x telephoto lens. But just to be clear, although our photos are in 10-bit, the images you see in the video are converted to 8-bit because of the video platform, the device you are using, and other factors. So how do the 10-bit photos look? It does have a better sense of layering and the color transitions are more natural. And OPPO's color palette has always been pleasing to the eye. They all look great. And the main camera and the ultra-wide camera are both the same lens. So the image quality is very uniform in tone. There are only 3 things I'm not satisfied with. Firstly, the colors are muted when photographing food and don't look vibrant enough. Secondly, the contrast of some of the samples is too high, making it slightly uncomfortable to look at. Thirdly, the main camera IMX766 is powerful, but it's a step back from the Find X2 Pro's IMX689. It smears more heavily in extreme dark light. All in all, the combination of these 3 cameras is fine for everyday shooting in most cases. The most interesting lens of Find X3 Pro is the 60x microscope lens. It focuses closer than the telephoto macro of the Mi 11. So much so that you need a ring flash to fill in the light to get a clear shot. While the photos do look stunning, I do have one complaint though. The picture quality is not really good. The dark areas are blurred and the details are not clear. The 10-bit photos require the HEIF format to be turned on, as only HEIF can record color depths of up to 16-bit. JPEG is only 8-bit, but OPPO doesn't have this option turned on by default, because they know the biggest problem with HEIF is compatibility. Many platforms don't support HEIF format images. The good news is that the Find X3 Pro automatically converts HEIF to JPEG, so you can still share your photos with everyone. But the bad news is that the 10-bit photos are also compressed to 8-bit, and your photos are no longer what you see on your phone. and the quality of the image has deteriorated. For example, it's a shame we can't share 10-bit photos with you here. If you can't share it with others, at least you have to see it for yourself. Yes, the Find X3 Pro does come with a screen that supports 10-bit, and it comes with a resolution of 2K and a refresh rate of 120Hz. Just like last year, Find X3 Pro screen should be one of the best screens you can buy in 2021. It's clear and smooth. The top of the range screen has the latest E4 light emitting material and supports LTPO, which automatically matches the refresh rate to the application scenario. For example, if you play games, the refresh rate is reduced to 60Hz, and if you watch movies, the refresh rate can be reduced to 24Hz. The minimum refresh rate can be down to 1Hz. This technology is mainly for power saving. So does it help in saving the battery? The phone comes with an equivalent of a 4,500 mAh battery. Half an hour of 1080p video and TikTok each consume 7%. 23 minutes of PUBG consumes 13%. 20 minutes of Bright Ridge consumes 12%. It doesn't look too effective and even uses more power than the Xiaomi 11 without LTPO in low load scenarios. Although it doesn't have a great battery life, it charges quickly. The Find X3 Pro comes with 65W wired and 30W wireless charging. It gets to 40% in 10 minutes and 76% in 20 minutes. It takes only 34 minutes to fully charge to 100%. And it comes with a charger and charging cable inside the box. Good job, OPPO. OPPO Find X3 is a good phone. It provides a good experience except for the fingerprint area, which is located a bit lower down to the screen. It's one of those phones you can't really go wrong with, provided you like its design. As for the main focus on 10-bit full path color engine, it is a plus. But it's not the kind of feature you can switch phones for. So that's it for this video today. Thanks for watching. I'm Kieran from Gizmochina, and we'll see you next time.